Hey there, I'm Tyler and welcome to the channel. Every time I use this DIY track guide for circular saw crosscuts, somebody asks me what it is and how I went about putting it together. So today I'm going to be replacing that hardboard one with a little bit more sturdy plywood version. So this is my old track guide, and there's a few reasons that I need to replace it. A, it's just worn down. I've had it for a couple of years now. And secondly, I changed the blades I use on my circular saws, and they don't quite rub up against the cutting edge of this guide, so my measurements are a little bit off. So we're going to go about replacing it today and make a video so that I can answer some of the questions that people have shot my way about these track saw guides or door boards, whatever you want to call it. So this is my old guide, and I want to point out a couple things that are important as we're building it. First off, this lower poofs, we want to make sure that it's wider than the entire base of our circular saw, because we'll cut it off using the saw at the end, and we want that nice crisp edge being cut by this blade, not by something else. So make sure we keep that in mind. And then also we want to make sure that this, which is where we will clamp down to when we're holding this in place, is wider than the motor housing so that we can get our clamps here and they won't interfere when they're trying to make a deeper cut. I am going to be using some scrap plywood that I have laying around the shop here to make this new door board. I'm going to be using some 1/4 inch plywood for the base and some 1/2 inch plywood for the rail. Hopefully this will also make it a little bit more sturdy than the 100% hardboard one that I had before. I'm also, at least on camera, going to be making this one a 30-foot rail instead of the 4-foot that I had before. The 4-foot was a little bit unwieldy to walk around when I was only cross-cutting like a 25-inch piece. I'm also going to be making this entire thing using only the circular saw for the cuts, so that if that's all you have, you can do this as well. And that's it. This guide is done. You can use it just like this, using only the circular saw to build it. You're ready to get your straight edge cuts. I am going to put a couple handles on the ends here so that I can hang them horizontally like this, especially when I get a couple of these guides. They take up some room storing them. But I'm going to put in those handles using the jigsaw and a router to round over the edge. But like I said, this is done using only the circular saw if that's all you have at this time. Got my handles in, got a little paste wax on there to help the saw slide along. We are all done with this DIY rail, door board, whatever you want to call it. Again, this is a 3-foot. I will probably be making myself a 5 or 6 foot, but I won't be going to a full 8 or 9 foot track, as I don't see a need for that in my shop. Again, bear in mind that as the method of assembly will be the same regardless of the saw that you have, each and every one of these will be different based on your different brand of circular saws. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hammer that thumbs up button, helps us out a ton. If you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing using that button down below and ringing that bell so you never miss when we upload a new video. I'm DIY Tyler, and you guys have a good one.